how I've lost the weight is I have basically been following my own diet. I took a combination of a diabetic diet where um, the max carbohydrates that a diabetic is supposed to have is 60 per meal. And from different diets that I've done, like the Atkins diet, they say that you're not supposed to have any carbohydrates. That carbohydrates are bad. That's not really true. I eat more carbohydrates in the morning than I do throughout the rest of the day, but because I need the carbohydrates to fuel my body. So I eat majority of carbohydrates in the morning with my proteins and my calories and everything, and then I have a little bit of carbohydrates for lunch and less than I had for lunch for my dinner, because at dinner I don't really need that much except for when I'm dancing my butt off. Try to get a good balance of calories and carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. And the SparkPeople.com website, they have a food tracker where there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of foods, and you go and type in what you ate or what you're going to eat. I recommend doing it before you eat it, and I'll tell you why in a second. But you type in what you're going to eat and how much you're going to eat of it, and it will tell you how many carbs, how many fat grams, how many calories, and how much protein is in those things that you're going to be eating. And the reason I recommend doing it beforehand, for an example, right after I started my journey, I had made me an English muffin on whole grain English muffin, and I had an egg on there and some Black Forest ham, which, by the way, Black Forest ham is the lowest in sodium, fat, and calories per serving. So I had Black Forest ham, egg, a cheese, the Laughing Cow cheese wedge. I had all this on my English muffin with my eggs, one egg, and I had a banana, and I was going to eat the banana with the other stuff for my breakfast, and I put all my information in, and my carbohydrates were too high. It was too high for me feeling comfortable, even for it being breakfast. So I just ate half of the banana instead of the whole thing. If you put the information into the application to the program beforehand, then you can say, no, this is a little bit too much. I'm not sure if I feel comfortable eating that. So you can decide what you're going to eat based on what it tells you have. When you first sign up for Spark People, it asks you what your current weight is, what your goal weight is, and how, the date that you want to be at your goal weight. And after you put in that information, it will tell you how many calories you need to eat every day. It'll tell you how many carbs you should be eating, how many fat grams per meal, how much protein per meal, and then it'll total it down at the bottom, so you should have had this much all day long. And it'll also tell you need to burn this many calories. And right now, for me to meet my goal, I can actually go to the program. So for me to meet my goal, I need to eat between 1360 and 1710 calories a day. And it says that I need to burn 1160 calories a week, and that breaks down to about 160 something calories that I need to burn every day. And I have been burning way more than that. So that's why I'm ahead of my goal. If I go and look at my weight that I've lost, I can't find it right now. It's so weird, is when you want to find something on your computer, it doesn't always seem to come up. How do I do that? So, it has reports, and it'll tell you, it'll have a graph, and you can see where you're supposed to be and where you're at. Right now, I should be weighing 362 to meet my goal of 200 pounds by my birthday next year, and I'm at 345.6, so I am way under what my goal is. And it shows you a bar graph. Let's see if I can show you what that looks like. I don't know if I'll be able to because of the screen. It's all flickery, but this line right here shows what my goal is, and then this one right here shows what my actual weight has been. And this was when I went to Red Lobster with my mom. It's kind of hard to get something healthy at Red Lobster, but I got back on track and I'm still below my goal. So this is what the website looks like. Stupid camera. Let's see if I can keep it straight. This is a handheld. The camera on my laptop is actually not working, and instead of sending it in and getting it fixed, I would rather just use this other one, this plug and play that I have, so that I can keep up with you guys. So here's the trackers, and here's the nutrition. You guys are reading it backwards, but nutrition, you click on that and it'll ask you what you've eaten that day, and you type that in here. And this is for Friday, so let's go back a day. And here's my breakfast, and I had some milk with my coffee. I woke up later today, so then for my lunch, this is just an example of what I'll have for lunch. I had a salad. I had a chicken salad, and my dressing is called Ken's Light Raspberry Walnut Vinaigrette. And again, make sure you guys check out those make sure you guys check out those nutritional values, because it's important that you know what is a serving size and how much is in that serving. So I'll just read this off for you. I had my 2 tablespoons of vinaigrette. I had 32 grams of broccoli, and that was fresh broccoli, 20 grams of raw carrots, 13 grams of raw celery, and I cut it up really tiny, 36 grams of peeled cucumber. The cucumbers are better nutritional wise if you keep the peel on them, but I think it makes it taste bitter. It's not worth it for me to have the peel on there. So and then my chicken was the canned chicken that you can get from Costco. It was the Kirkland brand. It's the big cans. I'm sure you've seen them if you've been to Costco. And that was 3.1 ounces of that. Make sure it's well drained, or you get a lot of juices and stuff in your salad that you don't need. 28 grams of baby sweet bite peppers, and they're the little tiny peppers that you can get at the store. I got this particular one from Costco, but they sell them at Walmart. They might have them at other grocery stores as well. They come in a package at the produce aisle, and they're small. They taste sweet. They're not hot. It's a lot like a bell pepper, like, you know, red pepper, yellow pepper, but they have more of a sweeter taste to them because they're small. So I had 28 grams of those cut up in little ringlets, and I had 14 grams of shredded Italian style cheese, and a serving size of that is 28 grams, and it's actually a lot of cheese, so I half that. And I don't know about you, but I like dressing on my salad, and I was really nervous about trying to start this diet and eating salads and not being able to put a whole bunch of dressing on there, because that's where a lot of your fat and calories and carbs comes from, is the dressing. So I have found that cottage cheese, and it was hard for me to eat cottage cheese to begin with, but the cottage cheese gives a creamy texture to it. A lot of people in the United States like ranch dressing, and it has that same creamy taste to it. I use the fat-free Great Value brand cottage cheese. Serving size is a half a cup, so that's what I had on my salad. And I took a half a piece of turkey bacon that we had made yesterday for breakfast from the refrigerator, and I broke it up in really small pieces and crumbled on top of it. And I had 0.88 0.88 ounces of aroma tomato that was diced up, and 1 tablespoon of slivered almonds. And they come in a bag, and it's called Almond Accents, and it's very good. It gives it that crunch that you would get from croutons or something like that. So my whole salad, I mean, it was a big, huge bowl. I couldn't even eat it all. But I took a picture of it and put it on Facebook. But it was 389 calories, and it was 23 carbs. And again, 7 of those carbs came just from my dressing. I'm going to get some different kinds of dressings, but that one's really good, and it's also good to marinate chicken in too. 389 calories, 23 carbs, 16 grams of fat, and 41 grams of protein. Now my protein is so high because I'm trying to build my muscle up, and that's what you use for protein for. And if you're working out and doing exercises, you need to rebuild your muscles because you break them down when you're exercising, so the protein helps rebuild your muscle as well. My dinner was these things called sandwich thins. You can get them from all grocery stores. I'm pretty sure would have them. They're really big right now. It's like the top and the bottom of a hamburger bun, and you don't need all that extra breading in between. The hamburger bun is just the vessel for the meat anyway. So mine are multigrain, and I want to stress this really a lot right now. It's really important. White flour has no nutritional value in it. It doesn't do anything in a heavy person other than turn to sugar. And I recommend going whole wheat or whole grain pastas, and wild or brown rice. I use one that's called Harvest Medley that is available at Costco. It's a red rice, wild rice, brown rice, and jasmine rice, I believe. It's very tasty. It actually has a flavor all its own. Unlike white rice, it's just there. It's a starch. So all of my breads are whole grain, multigrain. I like the crunch, the texture of the multigrain bread. If I'm going to eat carbohydrates, they're going to have a reason. They're going to have a purpose for eating them. And the breads that I eat are very high in fiber, and so they make sure everything's moving. They help with digestion. They help with metabolism. So for my dinner, I had a grilled turkey burger, and it was on the Oro wheat sandwich thin, multi-grain of course. 1 serving of that was 100 calories. It is 22 carbohydrates, but there again, most of those carbs are fiber carbs, so they're good carbs for you. I had 1/3 cup, which is 14 grams. Oh no, 14 grams, not the whole serving. I had half of a serving of mozzarella shredded cheese. I put 10 grams of organic spring mix greens on top. Iceberg lettuce is not good for you. It has no flavor. It doesn't really, it has no nutritional value either. It doesn't digest in your body. So you eat it, you poop it. That's basically it. So I try to use spinach and radicchio, that's the other R one, and romaine, and just the baby mixed greens is what I get. I had Kraft mayonnaise, but made with olive oil. The low fat, no fat, light mayonnaises sometimes don't taste the same, and I have found that the mayonnaise made with olive oil tastes better than regular mayonnaise, and it's half the fat content. 1 tablespoon of regular mayonnaise is 10 grams of fat, and this mayonnaise with olive oil in it is only 4. And I had a half a tablespoon. It was 7 grams, spread on both sides of my sandwich thin, so the total of it was 1 tablespoon. I mean 1/2 tablespoon, 7 grams. I had 59 ounces of a sliced Roma tomato on there. 8 grams of a steak sauce. It's an A1 steak sauce, garlic and herb marinade, and I put that on there to kind of give the turkey burger some flavor. The turkey burger itself was 200 calories, 2 carbohydrates, 5 grams of fat, and 35 grams of protein. So to me, those calories and the carbohydrates and the fat were worth it to get that 35 grams of protein. Here again, I put one whole piece of the turkey bacon that we had cooked yesterday morning on my sandwich. And so that was my burger. And then I had 3 ounces. I had originally put down 3 ounces of my sweet potato fries that I baked in my toaster oven. But that was 180 calories. And, oh, how many carbs was it? 26 carbs, 8 grams of fat, and 2 grams of protein. And I'm like, that's too much. I don't need all that. So I gave Daniel my half, and or my part, I cut it in half and gave him the other part of it because I didn't need all that. So my dinner, I had a turkey burger, okay? It was very, very flavorful. It was very fulfilling. And I had some fries. And it was 502 calories, 41 carbs, so I stayed underneath my 60, 18 grams of fat, and 47 grams of protein. This was a sort of heavier dinner than what I would normally have, but I was eating at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I hadn't had much to eat all day. Other than my salad, I had just had that little bit of almond milk this morning. So my totals for the day, my calories were 991. I had 68 carbs, 42 grams of fat, and 94 grams of protein. Excuse me. So, and it shows you your daily goal and how many you have remaining in each of those categories for the day. And I really love this program. They also have an app on Android, Spark People, in the App Store, and you get trophies for tracking your water. Like I said, my water bottle, it goes everywhere with me. And this is 3 servings of water, so it's 25 ounces, 3 servings of water. And I just come in here and go to my water tracker and click 3 times every time I fill it up. I put it in here before I drink it. That way I know that I've gotten it done. And let's see what else is awesome about this site. You can do a grocery list. You can plan your meals ahead of time, and you can print out grocery lists so that you know what you need to go get at the store. It also has different nutrients: potassium, calcium, magnesium. I am really low in potassium. I'm supposed to be having 45 to 6,000 milligrams of potassium a day, and like today I got 627. It's really hard to get that extra potassium when you're trying to watch your carbs, because your potassium comes from your fruits and your vegetables. There are some in meats and stuff, but it's really hard to get that. So I take a daily vitamin. I have to take them at night because they make me sick. If I don't, I get really nauseous, vomiting. I mean, it's bad. So I take them at night with my food before I go to sleep, or have a little snack like a yogurt or a sugar-free. Well, let me tell you about another thing that I have found that I love. It's a sugar-free Jell-O pudding cup. They sell them in 6-packs in the grocery store in the cold section, and the one that I just got is double chocolate. It's dark chocolate on top, milk chocolate in the middle, dark chocolate on the bottom. It is 100% sugar-free, and it has the probiotics that yogurt has in the pudding cups. So I have one of those sometimes for a snack at night when I'm watching a movie, or I feel a little bit hungry, or I just have a craving for something sweet, which isn't very often anymore. But that's when I would eat or take my vitamin.